a volleyball matchup between the Durfee Hilltoppers and your Dartmouth Indians! We'd like to start by introducing Durfee. Number 1, Claire Bieri. Number 2, Katie Madison. Number 3, Riley Curran. Number 4, Sarah Raposa. Number 5, Alex Pagan. Number 7, Lisha Boone. Number 8, Haley Belton. Number 10, Karen Napoli. Number 12, Tajaya Sterling. Number 16, Reagan Mello. Number 18, Ariana Lewis. And number 21, Avery Antu. And now for your Dartmouth Indians! Senior captain number 11, Chloe McKinnon. Senior captain number 9, Margarita Spinelli. Senior number 4, Valerie Carrera. Senior number 6, Emma Joquin. Senior number 7, Kylie Cordero. Senior number 8, Reese Kupiek. Senior number 10, Jillian Dubois. Senior number 14, Sophia Rukowski. Junior number 1, Lindsay Barber. Junior number 2, Brianna Ledesma Gasman. Junior number 3, Amani Burgess. Junior number 12, Madeline Enos. Junior number 22, Lillian Scarponi. Sophomore number 13, Haley Marrera. And freshman number 5, Aubrey Medeiros. If you will all stand for the playing of our national anthem, the flag's on the other side of the divider.
Great to be back with you here on DCTV as we have girls volleyball this evening from the Carlin Lynch Activities Center. The Durfee Hilltoppers in town to square off against your Dartmouth Indians. Evan Massoud with you for the call tonight as the Hilltoppers come in winless through 4 matches in the early goings of 2025, looking to grab that first win in a place that has not been friendly to them over the years. The Indians coming into play here after a tough loss a week ago, Friday that is, against Case. They lost 3-1. That was their second loss on the season. They are 3-2 coming into play. And as I said, they have traditionally done very, very well against the Hilltoppers, particularly here on their home court. It's been a while since Durfee has actually won a set against Dartmouth. There's been many sweeps over the years that the Indians have handed to the Hilltoppers, so we'll see how things go. Both sides here wearing very dark colored uniforms. Durfee on your right to start us off. They have the white shoulders, and the Lady Indians wearing more jersey style, basketball jersey style tank tops in black. It shows you how quickly the seasons go through, though, and go by, that we're already basically a quarter of the way through the fall. You're looking at the records and number of games played, how quickly the season goes. Volleyball in particular tends to be it seems like a faster season than some of the other sports. Volleyball tends to wrap up a lot of times a little earlier, a little sooner than other sports do. Haley Morera with the serve as the Indians grabbed point number 1. That will fall just out of bounds. And Dartmouth up 2-0. Coach Rachel Lassie leading the Indians once again here. And Kelly Bullier, head coach for Durfee, back at the helm for the Hilltoppers once again. 2 coaches who have been around and doing this for quite some time. Flipped over. The Indians adjust. Good set. Good finish, but just out of bounds. And Durfee will pick up their first point. They'll get to serve for the first time this evening. Looks like Sarah Raposa heading back there. Ariana Lewis-Thomas, number 18 there, the libero, the white jersey, transfer for the Hilltoppers. Came in towards the end of last season, so Coach Bullier meeting her for the first time this season, a senior. Coach very impressed with her in the early goings. Good serve set for Lindsay Barber. That one going back behind the 10-foot line. Tough to really get any power behind it when it's going that way. That's going towards the boundary, and just like that, Durfee answering Dartmouth's opening 3-0 run with 3 straight of their own, and they'll continue to serve. That one's going to be short, and it will give control back. Valerie Carrera will serve for the Indians. And she's going to get a big running start here from beyond the basketball boundaries. Good, powerful serve. That one going back over Avery Antunes. Now she'll play it on the third and dump it back over. Barber will set far side, big swing, and into the net it goes. Chloe McKinnon wound up there, just hit a little too on top of it, a little late. Claire Bieri serving for the Hilltoppers. There are a lot of seniors on this team for Coach Bullier. Now take a good look, because the team's going to look quite a bit different next year. And Coach Lassie, kind of the same thing. Majority of the team are seniors. And Durfee leads 5-4. First lead change of the evening. And Durfee's first opportunity to play ahead. McKinnon, big swing, and that one finds the inside part of the line to tie it up at 5. McKinnon will serve now, just getting that point, getting control back. Third touch, poked over, and that's going to be trouble. That corner of the court, nobody home. Take another look at it right here. Good job by Karen Napoli to kind of get things started, and just out of reach of Reese Kupiak, the libero for the Indians. She leaped for it, just couldn't get a hand on it. Now Barber trying to catch the defense with a quick send over of her own, and it doesn't make it. Durfee with a 2-point advantage as Napoli, the junior, gives it a good serve. That's a good swing. A whistle coming, and a violation against the Hilltoppers will give control back to Dartmouth. Maggie Spinelli will serve now. Coach Lassie had really good things to say about her. She's a captain this year, her senior season. Good poke over, played in the back by McKinnon. Barber with the set. That's a big finish, but it's out of bounds. There was no deflection. The Indians thought maybe there was. They kind of all froze there for a moment. Moreira wanted the point, doesn't get it. And now Antunes will serve. Nice job backing that play up. Kupiak kept that one alive because it was kind of punched at and redirected the wrong way. That's out of bounds. Whistle actually ruled it dead before it even went out of bounds, so it was Dartmouth ball regardless. And now Barber will serve. Oh, that's a tough play. Kept alive, and the Indians will have to play it as Durfee got it back. That one put away by Moreira. And it's 8-8. Great set from Barber. She got back after serving. All knotted up. Third touch, Durfee gets it back again. That time Sarah Raposa doing so. Poked straight in the air, playable easily for Durfee. At the net, big swing, fallen fast, played by the back line of the Indians. Barber will set again, this time for Kaylee Cordero, and that one out of bounds. And Durfee back in front. Ariana Lewis-Thomas will serve for Durfee. That will sail out of play. Out of play, and the Indians back in front now 10-9 as we continue to trade possessions and leads here. That's their now second lead change already after Dartmouth pulled ahead early. Well, our first volleyball coverage of the season here. This rivalry matchup, no longer a conference, right? Last year, the Big Three made a return, and so Durfee and Dartmouth no longer conference mates, but they pretty much see each other in every sport still. Indians getting to 3-2 so far, thanks to an opening night win against New Bedford Vogue, 3-1. A 3-0 loss to ORR. Then a 3-2 win against Dennis Yarmouth and a 3-0 win against New Bedford High. And then losing on Friday in 4 sets to Case. And that dropped them back to 3-2. So looking to avoid slipping to 500 here and stay on the winning side of things. For Durfee, 4 losses to open the year. A 5-set loss to Fairhaven to begin the year. Sweeps by BR and Braintree. And then last week, at the end of the week, losing to Somerset Berkeley in 4. Now, Coach Bollier, talking with me pregame, was saying, you know, it's the way that some of the losses, as we take a look at this point again for Durfee, it was just out of the reach for the Indians. Big swing. Get back to Durfee in a minute. Good put back from Spinelli. Got the elevation and that downward trajectory that you want that makes it impossible for anybody on the defense to make a play. And Carrera will serve with Dartmouth up now 12-11. You know, back to Durfee for a moment as that one grabs the line. There are multiple sets throughout the season here so far that the Hilltoppers were up, say 24-19, 24-20, and they couldn't close the door on that particular set and ended up losing it. So when you have multiple set points like that and you can't close it out, that makes things very difficult. That is, you know, part of the reason why they haven't won a game yet. When you've got to be able to close out. And so Coach Bullier said that's certainly something that kind of a point of emphasis to work on. You get that lead, you got to protect it and finish what you started. That one not playable, and now the largest advantage for either side so far, a 4-point lead for Dartmouth as they've strung together a few here. 15-11 the score. Carrera serving again, playing the lines nicely. That's going to come back. The ceiling is in play, just like at the Fieldhouse in Fall River at Durfee. Big swing, played off the defense. That's going to be a tough play, and it is not going to be playable for Dartmouth. Bieri will serve, second time she has served in this first set. The Indians having some injuries early in the year. Coach Lassie always looking at the glass half full and not looking to make or give any excuses. Her team's always ready to go, and she said, don't worry, we'll be ready for Durfee today. Out of play, and Durfee with 3 straight. They've closed to within 1. And that's Coach Bullier on your screen now. Bieri serving again. That one coming towards the sideline. Played by Kupiak, now third touch. Nice defense in front for the Hilltoppers, and we're tied up again. 4 straight for Durfee. Saw the replay there. That's out of bounds, no deflection. Durfee back in front. That replay of the point for Durfee, that was Regan Mello. No, excuse me, Tasia Sterling, number 12, who had gotten that block and that point for the Hilltoppers a point ago. Now 16-15, and Bieri still serving. This is going to be tough at the net, poked over, and a violation against the Hilltoppers. Honestly, I thought both players touched the net at kind of the same time there, but as I was worried as Barbara went kind of flying in there. It looked like she made contact as well. The point goes to the Indians, and it's 16 all. Nice dig by McKinnon. And Dartmouth back ahead. Been a great first set. Both sides with some hard-fought points, and it's a tight one here. That one's going to just skip over. It is in play, but not able to be dug out completely. Raposa making a good diving effort there. Not much she could do. The top of the net slowed it up as it skipped over. McKinnon. That's good power once again, that time making it over cleanly. Another one close to the net, flipped over by Barber. A set here for Durfee, into the net it goes, and the Hilltoppers down by 3 as they've given 3 back to the Indians, and McKinnon will go back to serve again. McKinnon kind of working both sides as well, that time working this right sideline closest to the crowd. Third touch, and Sterling sends it over. Durfee will get the point here. Initially it was put on the board for Dartmouth, but It is Durfee's ball. 19-17. Napoli will serve. That one, an arcing serve. Punched at. Lewis Thomas plays it. Barber setting from a bit further back than she likes to, kind of how Durfee had to a moment ago. Big swing there, played off the front line. Poked over, help there. Durfee still playing it near the bench. No whistles, we're still going here. Long rally, big swing. Was it deflected? Yes, it was. That would have been a point for Durfee, but it looked too good to let go. Right here. Deflection at the last second, and Raposa knows it. But natural instinct to go for it. The point goes to Cordero and the Indians. That one's short. Durfee's going to get it right back. Down 2, 20-18. Antunes will serve. Coach Lassie on your screen now. Straight up in the air it goes as Imani Burgess plays it. Now back to Durfee. This is tough along the sideline. Third touch. Hilltoppers cannot get it over. Antunes, the only one coming in on it, and could not get it over cleanly. And a timeout called by the Hilltoppers. Indians waiting. Hilltoppers using pretty much every second of the 1 minute timeout. Barber will serve. It is Dartmouth ball here. Her team up by 3 in the late stages of game number 1. 3-point lead to work with. This is trouble, and it just falls. A lot of miscommunication there for the Hilltoppers as they give a point to the Indians. 2 Hilltoppers there, nobody making the play or really even motioning to the ball. Barber will serve, and that's going to be into the net, so Durfee catches a bit of a break there. They'll get the ball back. Good serve from Lewis Thomas. Crossing from sideline to sideline on that third touch. Now Durfee's got to send it over. They could not really get a clean set. This could be trouble, and it is. Great set and a great finish. Barbara de Morera, who got it off the front line, and then it went out of play. A lot of backspin, and Durfee cannot get it over. Set point here for the Indians, as Cordero will serve again and look to put Dartmouth in the win column in this best-of-5 varsity match. Third touch. Hilltoppers do get it over cleanly. That was Raposa. And it finds the court. Nobody home. And the Indians take the first set by 6 points, 25-19. Good first set honestly, for both sides here. Competitive, pretty close throughout until those last couple of points where there were a few miscues. All in all, quite good for the opening set here. We've seen some kind of lopsided ones when, a couple years ago when Dartmouth had their near perfect season and made some deep runs into the tournament. They were just steamrolling over everybody, 25-10, 25-12, scores like that. So competitive for both sides here in the opening set. Take a quick break. 2 minutes to go in the timeout. Game number 2 next on DCTV. Second set about to commence here at the Carlin Lynch Activity Center. Going through, back through some of the results in the, we'll call it the Arbiter Sports era here, since that became the place where all schedules and results had to be inputted for the MIAA. And the last 8 meetings, so the last 4 seasons, Dartmouth has swept the Hilltoppers. Durfee has not picked up a victory in a set. Every loss for Durfee, every win for Dartmouth head-to-head has been a sweep. So that's 8 straight from what we're able to go back and actually look at in terms of records and schedules. And that's why I was saying earlier that the Hilltoppers have traditionally had trouble against Dartmouth, and particularly here has not been a friendly place. And very close first set until maybe about, it was 22-19 or 22-18, and that's when Dartmouth just kind of closed it out there, winning by 6 in the opening game. But much more competitive for Durfee, I think, having seen this matchup a couple times over the last 4, 5, 6 seasons. As Dartmouth will begin with control, Cadero will serve. We'll see if Durfee, though, can break that streak. So you do the math, 8 times 3 wins, that's 24 consecutive sets, 25 if you include the first one here, that Dartmouth has beaten Durfee. That's quite dominant over one opponent. And we're looking at numbers. Last week I had field hockey in Fall River. Durfee was hosting Brockton, and the numbers there weren't pretty either. Durfee had won the last 8 meetings, and they had not allowed a goal to Brockton, and they did not last week either. They've outscored them in 9 meetings, 90-0. I mean, that's just incredible. So you get these streaks where some teams just completely dominate another opponent. And Dartmouth has kind of been that against Durfee here over the last few seasons for sure. The Indians give up a point there. Durfee gets on the board. Violation was called just as Dartmouth was getting possession there, as the Hilltoppers have now served. Third touch coming here. Big swing, and it finds the back line for the point. And I believe that was Marrera, who's heading back to serve now. Good dig, but that's going sideways and nobody home on the far side. Good effort there, though, from Lewis Thomas. 4-1. Short. Bieri with the serve. That one short as well. I was just about to say she really had a good first set. She served multiple times. There were multiple rotations and looked good, but that one a little bit of a misfire, and it's 5-2. And this is going to be Valerie Carrera. That one just gets over, and it is inbounds on the far side. That one kind of had a flat trajectory too. I didn't think it was going to make it. This one, a little more hang time. Oh, and Sterling goes down, misjudged it, kind of lunged for it at the last second. Might have even lost her footing. It just kind of awkwardly went down there, but she's okay. 5-point lead for the Indians, though, here in the second set, rather, 7-2. And this one skips over. Ooh, I think that actually went off the face there of Raposa. But it worked. A point for the Hilltoppers. She's motioning to the bench as well, and her assistant coaches. Napoli with the serve. Tough play here right at the net, and it is just out of bounds. Good elevation there from Sterling, but it ends up going too far to the right. Chloe McKinnon back to serve, the other captain for Coach Lassie and her Indians. That's going to be well short. Kind of hit on top of it that time. And more service errors in the second set here than we did in the first. Did not see many bad serves. Antunes gets it over. Near sideline, lofted. This is going to get over. Now Sterling will give it a punch, or a slap rather, into the net it goes, and the Indians can't return it. Kind of a broken play from the start. Antunes will serve again. Played on the back line there by Burgess. Flying in, great block by Sterling. Now the set for Raposa has to kind of backpedal. That is on the line and in. Hilltoppers with the point. And that point happened thanks to a great block from Sterling. Just over the line. Oh, that was very close. I mean, that was just barely had the line. That's one that, if you had replay in tennis, you'd be looking for a challenge, because that was borderline. Another errant serve, though, and Durfee's going to give control back. And a nice couple points in a row there, but could not sustain a long run. 9-6, and the Indians will serve. That one just gets over as well. Spinelli trickling it. That does not make it inside the antenna. 10-6. Nice dig at the net, a lot of spin on it. Good job to send it over. Third touch coming. The Indians will get it over. Another good dig in the back. That was falling fast. Now Raposa at the net. stepped over the line. Forward momentum could not stop herself. 11-6. Right here, and there's the violation. Out of bounds. A 6-point margin here for the Indians, as they've started to create a little bit of space between the Hilltoppers. Spinelli back to serve yet again. That might have been going long, but the last second, Antunes electing to play it. Nice reaction there from Riley Curran. Punched at, third touch, sent back to Durfee. It's a free ball. Curran to Raposa, big swing, got the point, and it's a 5-point lead now. Durfee gets one back. That was a good rally right there. Both sides with very tough to play. Curran calling for it. It goes backwards though. That's going to sail out of bounds. Dartmouth with the point, back up by 6. Barber will serve. Oh. I think Ariana Lewis-Thomas might have taken a, ball went right to her face as Antunes tried to make the play. Another one, though, that I think was going to go out of bounds, and Durfee's back line playing it at the last second. That's mishandled, and it is now 15-7, and Coach Bullier asking for timeout as the Indians have pulled ahead by 8 thanks to a few serves there that were in possessions tough to play. And a couple of miscues for the Hilltoppers. You see this one here. This serve had a ton of power, and it just, you see how quickly it arced and just fell off the table. It's very difficult to make a play on those cleanly. Really good serve for the Indians. They appear to be getting stronger now as the match goes on. Coach Bullier going over some fundamentals and talking about things that are not working, as you can see, talking about things that are working, how to capitalize on, but particularly addressing some of the digs there on the serves that you can see have cost Durfee a few points here over the last, say, 5 minutes or so. Referencing the, the dig position, if you will, and dig technique versus sticking the arm out and just kind of punching at it. That does not usually get it done. Out of the timeout, Barber will serve, and that one will sail out of bounds. Riley Curran will serve. In the first set, Durfee was able to answer pretty consistently until the very end. Any short run that Dartmouth went on, be it 3 points here, 4 points there. They've gotten 2 straight here, thanks to balls that went out of bounds, but another errant serve. Seeing a lot of that here in game 2, for whatever reason. I thought the service games were quite good in the first set, but both sides struggling. Unforced errors on the serves. Napoli, nice swing. Dartmouth kind of caught napping there. Nobody going for the ball. Coach Lassie directing some traffic now. See it here is a good set from Curran, and Napoli just reaches up and drops it. Good old Bermuda triangle. That one gonna trickle over. Durfee getting the benefit of the net that time. It worked against them a couple times here in the second set, but that time Raposa with just enough forward momentum to get it to trickle over. This one will sail out of bounds to the left, and now Durfee has to relinquish control. Moreira ready to serve from the near corner here. That one just trickles over. Good dig for the Hilltoppers. This is the third touch, and the Hilltoppers get it over. Another good dig, but unable to make the play. That was actually Moreira who served it, and she came in to make that dig. So it's a 5-point game now, as Bieri will serve. Much better than last time. Big swing coming, and nothing Durfee can do. There was nobody in that corner, number one, and reaction time, there was no opportunity for that either. Big point from Moreira. Carrera with the serve. Not much spin on that one, just kind of floated across, and a bad swing from Curran. I know she'd like to get that one back. Hit it late, a little bit half-hearted that time. 19-12. Another good serve. That one gliding up there with a little more power, goes out of bounds. It was not playable, but I don't know, another one that to me looked like it may have just been going out, and Durfee played it. Look back at those, and that could be 4 points swung the other direction if all the ones that they played went out of play. You know, it's a little harder on this side of the court to not have a net behind you. You know, Durfee, their home court at the field house, they have the screens they pull down, and there's screens on both ends of the court. But here, you only have one screen down. So when whoever's on this left side, you know, for camera vantage point, in this case, Durfee's on the left side right now. That's coming back fast off the ceiling, and Dartmouth with the point. But it certainly is difficult when you have a lot of space behind you. That, you know, your point of judgment, it's a little more difficult. It's just like, you know, basketball hear from a lot of former players that didn't like playing here, didn't like playing at Durfee because there was so much depth, you know, so much extra space. These are huge gymnasiums that both Durfee and Dartmouth have. It's tough to shoot, tough to judge the basket, the distance. And I would imagine the same thing here, particularly for the back line. That is going to be in, right on the line in the corner. Again, nobody home. A 9-point lead for the Indians, their largest tonight. Here's a replay of that 22nd point. Perfect placement. McKinnon lets it fly, and that's not coming back. Dartmouth up 10 and looking to secure the second set. They're 2 points away. That one will just skip over. Good dig for Durfee. They live to play the ball. That's good, and that one will go out of bounds, and it is set point. McKinnon. That's not coming back, and Dartmouth with a little extra here in the second set, a dominating game number 2. They win it going away by 12 points, 25-13. Take a 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 match. And right there, Lewis Thomas able to dig it. She played it, but just not as clean as Durfee needed to. as it went out of play. We will switch sides one more time here. And once again, as we head to the third, Dartmouth will be on your left, Durfee on your right when we come back for set number 3 live on DCTV. Durfee breaks the huddle as they find themselves with their backs against the wall here and in danger of yet another sweep at the hands of their rivals here in Dartmouth, the Indians, who are up 2-0 in the best of 5 and have won 26 consecutive sets against the Hilltoppers in head-to-head meetings over the last 4+ seasons. Durfee making some changes right away with the libero coming in. Rotational stuff. And it will be Durfee ball to get things started. Hilltoppers need a good start here in this third set, as Dartmouth certainly got stronger in that second set. That is a tremendous dig. Who wants it? And ends up being Raposa at the last second, who scoops it. Big swing on the far side. Little bit of extra emphasis that time from, was that McKinnon? I believe so. Yes, it was. Boom. No chance. And that's 1-0 Indians. That's going backwards, a lot of spin on it. And unable to make the play that time, Lewis Thomas. 2-0 Dartmouth. Moreira will serve again. That one going to be short, and Durfee's on the board. So 2-1, just like the second set began. Dartmouth grabbing the first two, and then a miscue giving Durfee a point in the ball. Raposa, that is going to be just out of play. very close, but not close enough, as Carrera will serve now. Carrera likes to get a really good running start all the way at the baseline for basketball, and then lets it fly, but it's short and into the net, no good. And now Bieri will serve for Durfee. And that one just kind of fell right off the table. Tough play for the Hilltoppers. Good play there by Rutkowski. And that one, a point for the Hilltoppers. And take a look at that replay. One more time, Barber with the set. Big swing, a good block, and it just lands in bounds. As Durfee was last to touch it. Big swing again, that one's coming back. Nice reaction there from Rutkowski to keep it going. Third touch, and Dartmouth will give it to Durfee. It's a free ball. Napoli with the set this time. A little bit low, bounces back, good reaction, Napoli again. And Durfee will dump it over, and it's out of play. Dartmouth letting that one go to earn the point. McKinnon will serve. Into the net. Ooh, just got over. Man, talk about having some power. I can't believe the net did not hold that. This ball was falling, and it just had enough. Clearly a lot of tension on the net. And that one soars by everybody. Deflected by the Hilltoppers because it was out of bounds, but contact was made. You know, on a net that maybe has a little less tension that last, or 2 points ago, it would have held it. That is just it, and Durfee watches another one. Seven to 3. McKinnon with another good serve. Durfee cannot solve the mystery here. Back line having some trouble against McKinnon, who's put Dartmouth up now by 5. That is playable, but it's going to be a tough play. Now that is out of bounds. Napoli, the only one that could get close to it. And it's 9-3. 6 straight points for the Indians. The net will hold that one, but a nice run for Dartmouth to build a bit of a lead here in the third. Napoli will serve here. That's trouble. Dartmouth's 10th point. Durfee not able to make the play. Spinelli ready to serve. Good serve. This one coming to the near side, and Durfee is not going to be able to return it. Another very good serve for the Indians. Half their points in this third set have come just from the serve. Trickles over, and another point. And it's an 8-point lead. And there's just nothing, you know, Durfee, in that case, you're not doing anything wrong. There's nothing the Hilltoppers could do with a ball like that. The net's either going to hold it or it's just going to barely trickle over, and in that case, it fell Dartmouth's way. Poked over, and now the Indians will get the ball, a set and a finish there from Cordero, but it goes into the net. Hit a little on top of it, and Hilltoppers will get to serve. Try to claw their way back here, down 7. It'll be Avery Antunes looking to try to string some together. Far side, Cordero pokes it over. Not much power that time. And a bit of a swing and a miss there. A little mistimed by Raposa. And the lead back to 8 and control back to Dartmouth. Right here, just kind of taking her eye off of it a bit there. Barber lets it go. Good reaction there. I thought that was going to be trouble for Durfee. Quick set. Good block in front. No violation. Sterling playing at the net. And now she'll check out. That is perfectly placed. And it's 14-6. To the table, out of bounds. On a good serve from Cordero, and it is 15-6. I think if the Indians go up by 10 here, you may see a timeout for Durfee. That's exactly what's going to happen. 16-6 the score. And we'll continue to play on. Well, both schools, their upcoming 5 games look very different. For Dartmouth, 4 of the next 5 are going to be on the road. They play Thursday and Friday this week at Bridgewater Raynham and Apponequet. Then next week, they come home on Monday, another Monday home game. North Quincy's coming in. Wednesday, back on the road to play Barnstable. And then they're off for 9 days. Resuming play on Friday, October the 3rd, on the road at Old Rochester. A rematch from Game 2. So very interesting to see that big of a gap in the schedule. Highly unusual. But nonetheless, that's what the Indians have coming up. For Durfee, they return home on Thursday, and they will stay home for 5. This Thursday against New Bedford. Then next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Taunton, Brockton, Apponequet. And then Tuesday the 30th, Middleborough. So 5 straight at the Fieldhouse coming up for the Hilltoppers. And for those of you in Fall River watching, DCTV's coverage tonight. Fred TV, I'll have the call on Thursday for the Whalers game at 5:15. It was originally scheduled for Wednesday, but it had to be moved to Thursday. So we'll still have coverage, but more girls volleyball if you're a Durfee fan on Fred TV on Thursday, as that one hit Lewis Thomas. It looked like square in the crown of the nose. She'll come out for a moment. The Indians up by 13 here in the 3rd set, dominating. On DCTV this week, we have a couple more live sporting events that'll be covered on tomorrow, Tuesday, 4 o'clock boys soccer from Memorial Stadium. The Bedford Whalers making the trip across city lines. Square off against your Indians at 4 o'clock. And then on Friday, more Durfee Dartmouth action as the football team hosts the Hilltoppers for their annual meeting. 7 o'clock kickoff from the stadium. Good rally going, and Durfee loses it. For Dartmouth, their 20th point. That was a tough point. Big serve, lots of power, and Coach Policino on the bench has to make the grab. Timeout, Hilltoppers. Down to their final 4 points here in a third set that Dartmouth has completely controlled. No, we don't have an earthquake, folks. The camera shaking of the student cheering section, stomping on the bleachers where the camera was. As Durfee uses almost all of the timeout. Dartmouth ready to go back at it. Here we go. Another one not coming back. Man, the service game has absolutely killed Durfee. The serve-receive, I should say, because Dartmouth's service game has propelled them to what will be this third set win and ultimately a sweep. But it's been all about the serve for the Indians here in the third set. Durfee's going to get one back here. 22-8. Good effort, the Indians, but no one got enough loft on it to be able to help out the rest of the team. Just a tough play. That is the fourth touch. There's a violation call. There was a violation call, excuse me. Thought it was actually the fourth touch anyway, so I don't think it would have, the result would have been the same. Carrera lets it fly, and it's short. Vieri will serve for Durfee. Sterling back in. The match is just over an hour old here. We started a little bit early, just after the 5 o'clock hour, and now it's just after 6. These last two sets not nearly as long as the first set, which was very competitive, but hasn't really been the story in sets 2, and now definitely not in set 3. A big point for the Indians, just enough power to get by Antunes, and it is match point for the Indians as they look to finish off a sweep and improve to 4-2. McKinnon looking to finish it off. It is playable. Napoli with the set. Sterling gets it over. Good reach by Barber. And that is out of bounds. No deflection, and the Indians will have to hold the celebration as Cordero sends it just a little long. Napoli will serve. Barber sets backwards. McKinnon, played by Lewis Thomas. Flipped over, whistle sounds. It is Dartmouth's point. The Indians win it on a violation and have swept the Hilltoppers for the 9th consecutive meeting. A 25-19 first set, a 25-19 13 second, and now a 25-10 third, en route to a 3-0 victory over Durfee. Indians got stronger as the night went on. Like I said, the first set was kind of back and forth a bit, but about halfway through that second set, Dartmouth seemed to kick it into another gear, and this third set was all Indians right from the start. So a tough one for Durfee. They remain winless on the young season, 0-5 the record, and the Indians stay above 500, a 4-2 record after the win here against the Hilltoppers. Well, folks, thanks for tuning in tonight. Always great to be back with you on DCTV. And I know I have a few more games with you as well throughout the fall season. So be seeing you soon. For our great crew behind the scenes, I'm Evan Massoud. Enjoy a good night and tune in for live soccer tomorrow at 4 o'clock from the stadium. Good night.